to Inspire. It's your mom's favorite podcast. I'm real depressed today.
What's going on, bud?
Fucking Boston Marathon, dude.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, elaborate a little bit there, bud.
When I asked you if you wanted to go, I was going to let you come with energy and then have none. But I'm like, well, if I'm breaking this in, I'm not having any. So, as you all know, I've been training for a sub 3. We'll say that first and foremost.
Yeah.
But the goal of the sub 3 is to qualify for the Boston Marathon. So I've talked about my secondary goals. And this week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, is when people could start applying. So if you had a time below your goal your qualifying time, you could submit to run Boston. They had a record number of record number of applicants ever. And so they ended up letting in 34,069 people who qualified. The cutoff for that time was 6 minutes and 51 seconds faster than their qualifying time, which means for a full marathon at my age, the cutoff would have been almost 2 hours, 53 minutes. Still in line with my 252 goal that I set.
Yep.
And also, I want to know who said 34,000 sounds good, but 34,069? Let's go with that.
That's the final number?
Yeah, that's a random number of applicants to let in. But that being said, they've altered for the first time since I followed the race, the qualifying times. I only know that it's been this because when Alex wanted to qualify, it was 3 hours. And that's when I first started running.
Damn.
That was my first half marathon. He was trying to qualify there, and he was trying to go sub 3. And they shifted it now to 2 hours and 55 minutes for me. And that may not sound like a lot, but it is, especially when you factor in, okay, if the cutoff was 6 minutes, 51 seconds, well, let's just assume that it's going to be near the same. Going to 2 hour 48 minute marathon. That is insanity.
That,
and I do believe that the reason to push it is because then they'll have less people apply.
yeah.
So I don't think it'll be as big of a margin of 7 minutes again. I think it'll probably be 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll probably be within the same range of what got in this year. But if 34,000 people made it under those qualifications, and you even have a 3-minute margin. So
there's a lot of people knocking at that fucking cutoff time.
With that being said, the goal's still sub 3, but I'm deflated right now.
Yeah, so elaborate a little bit on being deflated when you read that. What was your first thought? Did it give you any reason to be well, fuck it, I'm not doing sub 3 anymore either, because then I'm not going to even have a chance to qualify?
No, I've been training too long for that, but my first thought was fuck my life.
Did you ever think fuck running?
I always think fuck running. But no, I didn't think fuck running. I saw fuck, dude. I sent it to you guys immediately.
Yeah.
But the second I saw it, I screenshot it and sent it to you guys.
And then shortly after that, I sent you that video of that guy online who missed it by 1 second.
1 second.
I was like, what would you do if you missed it by 1 second? I think I would have to stay with you just to make sure.
I jump off a bridge.
I don't know how it would act. I mean, you work that hard. And a minute, it's all right, I got a little improving to do. That fucking sucks. But 1 second?
Even a minute, bro. That's 2 seconds a mile.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, you show me those times. I mean, I think it's really putting into perspective now that I'm kind of getting in this space. Running is getting fucking big, dude. Big. Why do you think so many people...
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And I don't know if it really is big, or did I just not follow it close enough?
Or did we grow up in a place where it's kind of like hockey? I wish I was into hockey, but we didn't grow up in a place that had hockey, so I don't watch it. Everybody else...
just being in Charlotte, huge running scene, but not historically. Everyone keeps saying Charlotte's next up. Charlotte's next up. And I genuinely do believe that.
Yeah.
I do believe this is a huge running scene. But I don't know, man, because I went to this Hot Laps event on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So Phil's Run Club, the All Girls Run Club for Mondays, Charlotte Running Company, and OnCloud put together this event. And it was a 200-meter relay teams of 4, 200 meters, and they did heats, so like you would race. When we got there, we found out they upped it to 400 meters. It was free to enter, but I had done 20 the day before. I'm not really running it. So I get there, Phil's there. He's like, I'm not running either. He ended up getting roped into a team. They won.
It's rigged. If he was a part of it, it was rigged.
No, we watched the whole thing, and it was cool, dude. Like, it was really cool to like just. It wasn't huge.
Yeah,
it's probably 80 people there.
Oh, okay.
Plus, like the actual people running.
Yeah.
So it was literally between like that little trolley barn alleyway.
Oh.
They had it because trolley barn put it on too.
Yeah.
They closed it off so people couldn't like come through. And they were just doing sprints like down into the next parking lot, and then they would come back. So like we wouldn't see them for a second, and they would start to come back the other way, and they would hand off a baton.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool, and it really had me like, damn, I should have ran in this.
Yeah, that's sweet. Or at least like you said, just get a team together to fucking do it. I mean, you're with
no, because if I didn't win the heat, I would have been upset. And so, but it was just cool to like see. I was like, I've never really seen a race like this, but it was just dope. Like OnCloud was there, so they were giving out shoes to pretty much whoever wanted to wear them. Like they could wear them to run in.
Oh damn!
Just like a demo.
Yeah.
But it's like that definitely didn't exist where we were at. No shoe companies coming out to any kind of. I never even heard of a run club in Ohio.
That's what I was.
Mandy
gonna say.
swears they exist in Cleveland. She swears that they have them. Which I really guess I haven't been there since I was an adult. So it's hard for me to say. And I really didn't run there.
I was going to say, and it makes sense because like even our group of people, like nobody's a fucking runner in it. There's some people that are becoming runners. But like back when we were growing up and stuff, like nobody was in this scene.
Even like Columbus. I never heard of a run club. But I guess I wasn't seeking out because I had a group of people that I would run with regularly. Like I had my people who I'd run with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because it's like when it's just like when you say you're going to get a new Dodge truck, you never see them, but then you say, oh, I'm getting it. And then you seek it out everywhere. And now you see them fucking everywhere. So it could be one of those things where it's like you kind of manifest this new reality and then it just starts popping up because you're getting integrated with that scene or with that thing. And so now it's showing itself more to keep you going down it.
Yeah. I'm just.
Yeah. It'll still be good though. I mean, hey, sub 3, not an easy challenge. And
I don't know if I'll ever try to qualify though.
Really?
If I don't make 255. I don't know if I necessarily care about getting any faster. I don't know what I would do next, but I don't know if I care about getting faster. The deeper I get into this, I'm like, I'm not motivated to do it right now.
And why do you think that is? When at one point you were extremely motivated around it.
I feel like it's normal. I've ran every day this year. I did the math. I'm like 260 some days into running nonstop.
We're almost into October.
I'm at 1,600 miles. Like,
are you really? Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's a lot.
Shit.
And it's not even like I enjoy some runs. But like the goal itself, I'm just like not motivated for it. And I don't think it's an uncommon thing because I saw Phil, for example, who had set out this year to do it. Then he missed his first goal, so he readjusted to another goal. And he's 3-4 weeks out, something like that. And somebody asked him on Instagram the other day, how do you stay motivated? He said, I haven't been motivated since July. But I just show up and I do it. And that's how I feel, though, too. I'm not motivated, but I know, like, I already set the goal. I want to achieve it. But there's no, like, outside factor pushing me to do it right now.
So is it one of these things where the race comes, do the race, and then you kind of just sit back and evaluate like what that next thing is you're going to try and tackle?
Well, I got a month and a half. I got to keep running afterwards because I got to do a mile a day for the rest of the year.
Correct.
And I don't think I'm going to stop running. That's not what this is. There's nothing about qualifying for Boston was the goal. Like that was like the North Star was like Boston. And then if I got in, that's a big like just maintain for a year because it wouldn't have been until April 26th. I had plenty of time.
Yeah.
And now it's fucking tough out here.
Yeah.
So like I just don't know what's next. Like I don't know what's going to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And getting faster, I don't think, is that thing. But I don't necessarily know that going farther is either, because I did 69, and I don't think I'd want to do it again. However, I did see a different race. It's called the Blue Ridge Relay. You ever heard of this one?
I haven't.
It goes from somewhere in Virginia to Asheville. It's like 200-some miles. It's very similar to the Speed Project, but it's sanctioned. Like it's a route.
I was going to say, is it an actual
It's a
race?
route. It's a team of 4 to 12. You pick however you want to do. And you go. They actually have like support vans. It's like they have cars going with support. Like you don't have to figure it all out yourself.
Huh.
That's really cool.
How many miles?
200 something. Between however many people you want, between 4 and 12.
Yeah.
So like the most you'd be doing is like 18, or the least you could do is like 18 to 20 over a probably a day and a half span.
Yeah.
You're not just going to run it straight out. You'll do like 4 or 5 here, 4 or 5 there.
What's the reasoning for this race, or like what's the back history of it? Do you know?
No, I heard someone talking about it, that they were training for it. And so I Googled it on the run and just left it up. And then I looked into it last week, and I was talking to Tone about it. He's like, you didn't really got to convince me to do that one. It's just about when would we do it.
Damn.
It's in September. So like it just passed.
Interesting.
But it seems cool.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, maybe Freddie will be a runner by then. Who knows?
Maybe, dude. It's the runs. I was telling Tone this morning when he was over, because we just got clobbered by a hurricane, side effects of a hurricane. And when I was talking to him today, even like my treadmill runs, like most of the time I'm like, fuck, a treadmill.
Oh,
but
I felt like that this morning.
Did you?
Oh, my God. It's horrible.
I liked it. You posted something like, me and this treadmill have beef, or like, fuck,
We're
this
not
treadmill.
friends.
Yeah. But I was telling him that I get on there, and the first like 12 to 15, 17 minutes are kind of like, not really comfortable. But like after that, I'm fucking cruising. And so how I talk about that, I don't wear headphones when I'm doing any of the activities outside, just to like get used to how you train, or how I should train for the race. I put the TV on for the treadmill runs, and it makes it go by a lot faster. But I noticed, and Tone kind of noticed it as well today, that heart rate and time on a treadmill is completely different than heart rate and time out on the road. At least this is what I'm seeing, where like if I have a 45-minute run in zone 2, I can typically get about 5 miles in, staying within zone 2 for a 50-minute run. On the treadmill, I'm getting like 3.8 to maybe 4. So it's like a mile, sometimes a mile and a half less than what I do outside. And so people were asking me, are you going off the treadmill distance, or are you going off your watch? And both of them are like almost equally the same. The watches,
mine are different. Has your watch ever tried to calibrate after when you did your first treadmill run? Did your watch tell you it wanted to adjust?
So it asked, and so I went off of the treadmill time, and then it was like calibrating it. And so that was after the first time it didn't ask me that. The second time it asked me it, so I calibrated it. I haven't done a third run on there because they've all been outside, but I just am finding that interesting, because you would think that it would equate to the same.
It's not a huge difference, but like mine's calibrated, and my watch is always like 0.25 to 0.3 faster than the treadmill.
Okay. Mine's opposite, but like a mile.
Like your treadmill is longer or shorter?
The watch and the treadmill aren't a mile different, but the ground that I cover on a treadmill.
Oh, I'm talking about when I'm running on a treadmill. My watch is not the same as a treadmill.
Correct. So that is accurate as well. The point I was making was distance-wise, running on a treadmill versus running on pavement is like a mile different for the same tempo and the same time.
The tempo, though, here is why I feel like that is. The tempo is different because, yes, you set the speed, but I feel like that is set at if you're running in the middle of the treadmill and you never move. Like, how many times are you like at the very front or the very back of the treadmill? I run close to the front because I'm always afraid of falling off.
Mm-hmm.
So I know my tempo is different.
Speaking of falling off.
Yeah, we'll get there. And I wasn't even going to bring it up on here. I forgot.
Should we follow?
But,
I just spit. Should we pop up the video here and surprise her? You guys, if we get enough courage, if I do, there will be a little video that pops up.
I'll make Justin send it to me.
Right now.
So this isn't on Freddie. He never sent it to me. I went out of my way to find it.
So enjoy this gem.
And so I'm like closer because I'm worried about falling off. And so I know my arms are moving. Like I'm moving faster than I need to, no matter what the speed is. And so the faster that I go, the more I see they line up by watching the treadmill.
Yep.
I feel like the slower you go, like the more discrepancy you're going to have.
Okay.
Because it's like you're in different spots.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very weird, which treadmills in general are just a weird concept, though, because it's nothing's moving.
Yeah.
Like,
you're a hamster on a wheel at that point.
it's moving at a certain speed, but like you can still adjust your speed accordingly. It's very weird.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the watch and the treadmill data is almost correct, but the overall distance covered on a treadmill versus on pavement is different. So, again, treadmills are weird. I don't know.
I think it's because, like, strides, too. Like,
could be.
You can stride outside. I never stride on a treadmill.
No, I don't know
That's
how
like
you
it
would.
varies.
Yeah.
That's because I don't have a choice.
Yep. But this all came about because you were like, if Freddie gets in to like running, he would probably do it. And there is like a sense of passion, I feel, coming around this whole like endurance world, seeing people in tribal do the things that they're doing, fucking Olympians and 100-milers and Zion and like all these different things. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, there was a video, and I don't know if you watched it or even saw that he put out, but Ryan put out a video.
I haven't watched it. The 100?
Yeah.
It's in my inbox.
It's good, dude. It's good, and it got me fired up. And it's like, how do we take that and fucking just keep challenging people? And so that's why I asked you, because maybe it's not qualifying for Boston, but like, what if it's something like that? Or what if it's something like the fucking run thing today, or that you went to that you just were talking about? Like, whatever that is.
I think I just need to do running for fun for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to get back to like just no plan, just enjoy. I literally went from marathon prep to 12-hour prep to marathon prep.
Yeah.
I've been prepping since I moved.
Yep. Do you think you've taken advantage of those preps, or do you think it's more or less just like going through the motions to like have something on the calendar to knock out?
I want to say that it feels like going through the motions until like you look at the data.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Tone, I did 20 miles last week. We did 20 together, actually, because he's supposed to do 23, but we ended up just doing 20 together. And our pace was an 8-minute, 8-second pace.
I saw that,
for
dude.
20 miles. And we stopped and we're like, dude, last year we ran like a 7:46. I ran a 7:46, so he's probably 7:52 marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Never did we even train anywhere close to that. So I was like, maybe we're closer than we think to sub 3. Because we talked the entire time, except for like maybe the last 4 miles.
Damn.
We were like in full conversation the entire run. It wasn't like we were dying. There was no pushes in there. It was just, we probably had 5 miles in a row, just 8-minute flat, 8-minute flat, 8-minute flat.
I saw that when you sent.
I told him, I was like, dude, we have just 8 minutes back to back to back. I was like, maybe it's easy like when you're alone to just be like, progress ain't happening. It's a lofty goal, 650 something. But the average person in a prep, their race pace is usually a minute faster than their training pace. And that's not just their easy run pace either.
Mm-hmm.
So like even if we cut a minute off, that's 7:08. So we're 10 seconds a mile off of goal pace.
Damn.
I was like, we definitely be pushing it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fucking battle. I think we could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said 6 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sad that I can't go to his.
It's just a long time. It feels like it is close.
It is close.
I'm not gonna say it's not close,
Yeah.
but like that's still a long time to. We're not gonna like build a base by then, but
yeah, no, it'll be cool. It'll be exciting, and too, I mean, you're gonna know people there, which will be awesome as well. Just to be in that scene, knowing other people are going for goals and stuff like that. And
Mike hit me up. He said, "Bro, did you see the cutoff that they did? Like what it actually took to get?" I said, "Yeah, dude, sub 3 is the goal." He said, "Yes, it is."
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's Yeah, this whole space is fascinating me. Trying to get better daily. I know that I'm lacking in areas. I know that I could be better in areas, but like I said from the beginning, I want to get better each and every day. So then that transitions to every week, transitions to every month, transitions to every year, and actually build that like joy around it instead of doing it to do it because I said I was going to do it, burning out, and then fucking hating it afterwards. And so I'm finding a little bit the swimming, I still have to dial in, make excuses for that. I'll figure it out. But from the biking and running perspective, taking a little bit away and really like soaking in this and trying to just fucking enjoy being uncomfortable while I'm doing it.
Being uncomfortable, you've been making content. How's that feeling?
Uncomfortable, but I'm sick of. So I have a whole entire list of notes in here today of this podcast episode that I watched. It was with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon on the Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, BARLT something. But I've never watched one of his podcasts before, and I saw these clips, and they were talking about just like health and wellness and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I was like, so let me turn it on. And it kind of goes with what's been going through my mind a lot lately is that I buy let's just say the GoPro, since I'm using the GoPro right now. I buy the GoPro and I'm like, I'm going to start filming content and that's going to, or even like buying this podcast studio. We're going to get this podcast studio and then that's going to, or us moving together. We're going to move together and then that's going to, and then I buy
2 episodes a week.
Right. The camera, like my new phone. Oh, I'm going to get the new phone so I can film content and that's going to, and I'm sick of, and then that's going to what? Lead to nothing that I'm not doing right now. I'm saying this stuff and I'm doing all of this stuff daily in terms of habits. I eat good. I live a balanced life where I have fun and I still like perform and train, and I'm sticking to a gym regimen. On the weekdays, I'm sticking to my food regimen. Do I slip up? Yes, of course, everybody does. But again, we always preach about balance, being able to do both and live this life. And so as I signed up for this Ironman and started to invest in it, I said, I'm going to film content and I'm going to make all of my money back that I spend. And I've been tracking everything from the bike to what I pay for a coach to the different mounts that I'm using to film the content. I said that I will make up every penny. So I'm keeping a list of what I'm spending on everything. So that way I can be like, oh, that checks off $20 or that checks off this as time progresses. And I'll never be able to get there if I don't start. It's going to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, but then, and then I'm going to complete the Ironman and I'm going to look back and be like, why the fuck didn't I document this journey? Why didn't I talk about these things? Why didn't I showcase all this stuff? Why am I putting myself through this if I'm not going to then impact somebody else's life? I don't give a shit if it goes fucking viral. I don't give a shit if it affects 1 million people. If it affects one person. But guess what? That one person can't be affected, can't be impacted by me if I'm not putting stuff out there, if I'm not holding myself accountable to put shit out in the universe to then get something in return for it. And so this is something that I am just getting so fucking fed up with myself, is that I have these great things. I do these great things. I preach these great things. One of our fucking people that we have in this community, I have goosebumps, called me last week, bro, and they got off of their diabetes medicine. Their doctor said your numbers are so low, you can stop taking all of it, all of your medication. And I'm like, why am I not holding myself accountable to keep putting more out there, to keep doing more? So that way, not only can I affect her life, but now I can affect that next person. We have another person in the community who stopped, and I'm not saying that people should do this, but who stopped with a therapist because they were finding more value in the conversations they have with us and the things that we do because we relate to them more. We give real examples. We do these different things. And then I'm going to sit here and tell these people that I talk to on a daily, weekly, bi-weekly basis all these great things like, hey, you guys are doing this. Hey, I'm doing this. And the next thing you know, I look back May 2025, May 18th, 2025, and I cross that finish line, fall to my knees, and I'm like, I fucking did this. And I didn't affect one person or have one impact on anybody throughout this whole process. And so again, it's first form. We got first form. Now we can, well, now we forget to bring it up on episodes, or like I do, like whatever. Like I want to start showcasing these things because I know the lifestyle that we live is what 99% of the people in this world want to live. They want to have the discipline. They want to live a healthier, happier life, but they don't want to cut everything out. They don't want to feel like they're living in prison. They don't want to feel like they're restricting their entire life, because that's when people don't stick to stuff. That's when they don't. That's when they don't. That's when they don't. So why can I not stick to showcasing this life that I'm living? Show my slip up, show my good, tell my truths, tell my insecurities, be vulnerable, put it out there. And so that is a rant, but you clearly see how passionate I am about it, of I need to start documenting this stuff. And that's why I'm putting this stuff out there. Whether it's great content right now or not, I'm doing it, and it's fucking going.
You're clearly fired up. You're getting me fired up, but I don't want to get too deep because this has been like a very training-centric episode. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we end this one, and we carry this energy over.
We can do that.
Because you're definitely fired up, and I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, no. And again,
but I also don't want to go like an hour into a new topic.
Yeah. So all of that I just said shows the passion that I have around my training right now. And so as I am learning, growing, and developing in this space of teetering, I know the concepts, I know what it can do, I know the benefits, I know all this stuff, but like I don't know the specs and metrics, I don't know the data points, I don't know the recovery, I don't know, there's so much that I don't know. And so again, recovery, what does that look like? I'm training 6 days a week right now for the Ironman, 2 runs, 2 swims, 2 bikes. We'll just say 4 consistently because the swims in me are beefing right now. But 6 workouts for those. So Monday through Sunday with a rest day for that in the week. And then on top of that, I'm resistance training 4 mornings. And that's something that I'm training myself on, so I stay consistent. Gym is my therapy. We all know this. So I want to stick to that because I want to be one of like, kind of like a Nick Bear. Like I want to be one of the most jacked fucking Ironmen that are at that fucking competition. I want people to know like, damn, he resistance trained and he does this. That's badass. And so through all of this, I'm trying to take a deeper meaning, as you can see through that stuff that I just elaborated on, and be able to carry it over. So that way, if people come and have questions for me, I can tell them. But not only that, it's like, well, hell, what does the next one look like? Or what is next for me in terms of like that next endurance thing? Is it fucking running to Virginia through whatever? Is it Zion with some of the people from Tribal? Or is it signing up for another half Ironman in Florida like they're doing in a couple weeks? And so there's just so much to this space that I'm like, man, like I could possibly see myself getting into this space when I would bitch to you during all of half marathon prep, fuck running, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm doing right now is controlling my mindset. And so when I'm out there and I put that camera up, if I start having those negative thoughts, I might not post it, but now I'm able to make a message out of it. And so to me, it's kind of cool holding that camera and having it there, even though it's making me uncomfortable, because it lets these feelings come out in a way that I think could be useful for others, and depends how I showcase that. And some of them I may never even fucking put out.
If the feelings are going to be there, you might as well use them for good.
Right? And so all of that said, I really haven't had a bad mentality going into any run. I haven't woke up or strapped my shoes on. I was like, fuck, I don't want to run. Fuck this run. It's, knock on wood, mainly been positive, which I've been enjoying a lot. Makes it a lot more enjoyable and fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So, yeah, you brought up content, and that's the reason I'm doing it. Just to kind of showcase this, because I don't want to look back when I cross that finish line in May of next year and be like, I should have fucking documented this. This is awesome. So we'll see. It's fun.
We'll go a little deeper in the next one because I can spin off into another topic, but I don't want to go too long.
Okay. Couple things. So I put a focus on the content that I've been like consuming. So again, never watched that podcast, saw it. I related to the clip I saw. I was like, let me watch it, even though it's not one of my 4 that I usually filter through. And then also some people on Instagram. So I'm like, whenever I see something that I resonate with, or I hear something, whether it's a quote or whatever on social media, I'm going to capture that, talk about it in the episode. And some weeks there might not be anything. But I follow James. Look at, how do you pronounce that last name?
Di Nicolantonio.
Yeah. So Dr. James Dinick, D-I-N-I-C.
Di Nicolantonio.
He had a post and it said how to become unrecognizable. And again, only going to speak on things that I truly believe and like resonate with. And his 6-7 things are wake up by 7 a.m., which
that's late.
I would say is late, but I mean, there are some people that wake up at 8 o'clock and go right into like their desk at work. So wake up by 7, go to bed by 10, lift weights 4 times a week, eat 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal, walk 10K steps per day, eat a 90% whole food diet, hydrate with salt and electrolytes, and then use magnesium, creatine, and collagen. And so,
you back on the creatine game?
I'm not yet, no. Magnesium, I've started taking that and even got different electrolyte packets that have more magnesia in it. But I want to say that because we're talking about training, we're talking about all these like lifestyle things, balance, whatever it is. It is not that hard to take time to take care of yourself so you can take care of everything else in your life. We overcomplicate it. We talk about how we overcomplicate it as humans. There's so much information out there, but take a step back and look at the basics and truly look at what's important. You don't need to worry about this fad diet and following this strict regimen. You don't need to worry about cutting all this stuff out. Take a step back and do the fundamental things that we know. Get a routine established so that way you know what it is. Like my sleep schedule, which I've been loving, flex to my fucking Garmin Fenix 8. It is badass. I'm starting to really love it. But one of the things that I'm really enjoying is the sleep metrics. I'm waking up every day like excited to look like, oh, wow. I'm looking, it's like X amount of time in light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep. And then one of the nights it was like awake for 1 minute. I was like, let's fucking go. And so looking at those different metrics, but why I bring that up is because I go to bed at 9 o'clock and I wake up between 4:30 and 5 every single day. And so I know that that's going to give me enough time to get my workout in. You wake up
at that time on the weekend?
No. Weekend's a little bit later, but I can't sleep past
So
7.
is mine, but it's literally just so I can catch up on sleep that I know I miss during the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 6:30 at the latest.
Yep. But I go to bed and I have that regimen because that allows me time in the morning to go work out, have time by myself. And then it allows me to do the clips for DTI, write a newsletter, like whatever those things are that I got to do. Then I can drink my protein shake with my greens and my like carbs in it. And then I can enjoy my coffee. And then I can like slowly work into the day versus like getting up, frantic. Now I'm at my desk. Fuck, the phone's ringing off
I'm
the hook.
at 4:30 and it still feels frantic.
Yeah, you got a fucking plethora of things on your plate.
It is wild. I'm starting to like feel more adjusted, but I feel like 4:30 I'm up and I'm like, okay, got to be on the trail in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Are you getting up and running in your area or are you driving somewhere?
I run in the area.
Okay.
Just go hit the rail trail.
Yep. And so I do that stuff so that way I can like ease into my day. So that way when the work day starts and my phone starts ringing like crazy or I'm traveling on the road, like I know, all right, cool. I'm good. I got the essential things done. And then anything else I can get done in the evening is a bonus. I'll relax from 8 to 9. Then I'll go to bed. I don't allow myself to do anything between 8 and 9 other than just turn my brain off, watch something, talk to Lo or Amanda, and then now put on my compression sleeves so that way I can do like a little recovery before bed.
You do them every day?
Yeah. I'd say I'm like 85% doing them every day.
Do you notice the difference?
Yeah, dude. Like drastically.
Damn.
It's wild. I love them. I swear by them. Shout out to you, Marcus, for fucking...
I'm going to have to bring them things up here for the next episode. I'll be like...
And then it kind of like goes hand in hand with just like wrapping this point up. But it says 90% of all disease is related to lifestyle choices. The food you eat, the amount you exercise, the toxins you are exposed to, etc. Only 10% is due to genetics. Genetics may load the gun, but diet and lifestyle pull the trigger. And I think that is something we as a society need to realize. There are people close to me that are like, genetics. I will say there are ways to change and alter that just by lifestyle choices, like he says, and it's all practical stuff. He's not one that tells you to take these supplements and do this and do that. So I wanted to share that because, guys, it really is that easy. Ladies, it really is that easy to just start being better every single day and start implementing it. If you want to start, just start with going to bed at the same time every day and waking up at the same time. And then implement steps, and then implement a diet, and then implement, and just build off of that. But get after it. Fucking live your dreams. Elaborate on your passions. Have the drive to be better day in and day out through habit stacking. Habits are keys. Habits will get you wherever you want to go in life, bad or good. But have the desire to inspire. Keep on keeping on, baby. It's on.
Peace.